So the Marilyn Manson Me Too fucking train just keeps getting longer and longer. Apparently a keyboardist now came out and was like, yeah, he was abusive and this and that. Oh my god, dude. And then there was another fucking article in NME, I don't know what the fuck that stands for, but some magazine, saying that, someone came out, Erica Von something came out and said that he forced fans to come on his tour bus and take off their clothes. Okay, I don't know if anyone's ever, heard a Motley Crue interview or, any rock and roll, whatever. Have you heard a Hollywood Undead song? Everything I ever pictured of, being, a rock star is, the girls come backstage, groupies. What the fuck do you think groupies are? People go backstage willingly. They go onto tour buses willingly. Unless you, club a bitch over the head or tie them up, or specifically, roofie them. I don't know how it's, forcing someone. If you're at a concert, and you're drinking, and, you happen to have a vagina, and you go backstage, it doesn't matter, I don't know fucking, who it is, so it's the Rolling Stones, Motley Crue, Marilyn Manson, The Weeknd, just any rapper, just stop fucking trying to blame metal and rock music for the world's problems. People have fucking tried this before, it's not working. Just anyone, when you go backstage, what generally do you think would happen? You'd party, you drink, you probably do drugs, and you probably try to fuck the famous person. Or you talk and have a good conversation. It doesn't always have to be about that, but you go backstage being groupies and drinking and doing drugs with a fucking rock star, and this is where people people just don't expect to get raped or don't expect to fucking get abused. If you go back somewhere willingly and you do something stupid while you're drunk and you get in a wet t-shirt contest or whose tits look better for Marilyn Manson contest, that is not rape, that is not abuse, that is not anything but a willing bullshit that you fucking participated in. It's just in the article it's yeah, these girls had no choice, it was an abuse of power. So, and I agree with Greta Aurora. I deleted one of the videos I made about saying how good that video was, or whatever, that Greta made, one of the My Weekend with Marilyn Manson thing, or whatever. Go check that shit out if you haven't. And she has a lot of good anti-feminism stuff. But it's just this current culture and bullshit of women being too poor and helpless to stand up for themselves. And just the women they just don't know what to do, just boo-hoo me. Oh my god, it's so fucking irritating. And if you've seen all the different shit that this Evan Rachel Wood bitch, I've just been looking at screenshots from people. I won't actually go on any of her sites because I really don't want to put just one more little attention little bit than, because she's just doing it for attention because she's changed the story. I literally remember seeing this one girl, I think it's Leslie Lee or Lord, something with 2 L's, and she literally posted these pictures of her, Marilyn Manson, and Evan Rachel Wood, and Evan Rachel Wood was dressed as fucking Hitler, had the little mustache and the hat, and she's trying to tell the world that those were underage fucking pictures of her. Underage is under 18. She was 19, It's so fucking stupid. It's yeah, the wife was doing it. That's not Marilyn Manson's wife. That was a fucking fan that released those pictures. And now she literally filed a police report on his wife when it wasn't even her. I literally know this from fucking just watching the Marilyn Manson fan sites, because she was laughing about, oh, look, it looks like I'm Marilyn Manson's wife now, blah, blah, blah. It's so fucking stupid, and she literally planned, this because, oh yeah, fucking, what the fuck is it called? It's some movie that she was in, literally, right before she did this shit. It was her and 2 other chicks claimed false sexual abuse allegations on a professor or on someone or whatever, and then it got all out of hand when social media got a hold of it and blew it out of proportion. That literally describes what the fuck is going on right now. So any fucking judge, police, anything that looks at this as a bigger picture, you know, and doesn't call bullshit right away, I don't have any hope in humanity or the justice system at all. Because, like, seriously, this is such a fabrication. Like, I have more of the facts straight, and it's just because I'm on, like, fucking 10 different Marilyn Manson fan sites, and we're all digging up, you know, all this bullshit and trying to clear his name. Like, where the fuck's his lawyer? Where the fuck is all his shit, like, putting out, like, a statement and proving everything false as it comes out? Because that's what I'm fucking trying to do. That's what, like, fucking hundreds and thousands of other people and fans are trying to do. You know, like, I was commenting, I was like, I wish we could all, like, do our fucking research, get all the facts together, and just, like, send it to him or his wife or his lawyer or something. Because, like, feel like we've already found, like, so much shit. You know, just to disprove, we found multiple articles where she defends Marilyn Manson, you know, and defends their breakup, saying it wasn't anything wrong, and he was never, you know, this bad guy and all this shit. So it's just really convenient that he was supposed to be a character witness for Johnny Depp, and her and Amber Heard are, like, bestest of fucking friends, you know, and, like, seen together, and, yeah, and, like, literally this bitch did a movie of doing exactly what's happening in real life. If someone doesn't see that as her, like, having a fucking mental breakdown and trying to get, you know, back at him, like, I don't have hope for the world, you know. It's just like, oh, but yeah, fucking, it really disgusts me, you know, because I'm 100% anti-feminist, because I feel like, I can't speak, but I feel like back in the day, yeah, it was needed, but it's not needed anymore. Like, everyone has equal fucking rights, period. You know, like, there's no wage gap that's been disproved, you know. It's literally, this is just as dumb as the wage gap, because say if a normal stereotypical man, you know, worked in construction, you know, and then a stereotypical, like, woman worked as a receptionist, duh, there's a fucking wage gap. But say that same man worked at Burger King and that same woman worked as a fucking emergency room nurse, then that would totally, you know, reverse the wage gap, wouldn't it? Everything is situational, you know, but no one seems to take personal responsibility for a goddamn thing, you know. Like, you know, I'm with a woman, and I'm like, oh, duh, I have a wife, you know, but I mean, I've had sex with a couple guys or whatever when I was drunk, you know, when I was younger, like, you know, between like 15 and 17 or whatever. But ever since I was like 17 and a half, I've been with my wife, you know, and I'm about to be 27. So, I mean, so people were like, you know, people have been like, well, you're not really gay because, like, you know, you've been with, you know, guys and stuff. And I was like, well, I was drinking, you know, and I was exploring my shit back then. I mean, everyone does it, like, oh well, you know. And the people have asked me, like, you know, well, that means you're not gay. I was like, I never said I was necessarily gay, you know. I'm not really claiming to be, you know, lesbian. I'm not claiming to be a woman. I'm not claiming to be trans. I'm just fucking Courtney, okay? Like, I really don't care. I you know, I'm me. I don't need to have a label. You know, I'm not like one of those little 13-year-olds like, yeah, I'm a metalhead, and, like, I'm this, and I'm that, you know, like, I love, you know, I'm just not that type of fucking person. I feel like anyone that has a brain and is mature doesn't really give a shit, you know. But, like, my point was, is like, you know, I don't necessarily regret sleeping with, you know, those couple dudes or whatever, but it wasn't like, I'm not gonna turn around like, oh, I was drunk and this or that. Like, no, it was whatever, you know. I was drunk, they were drunk, whatever, you know, never talked again, one night stand type shit, you know. Oh well, you know, I'm not gonna turn around and say that, you know, I just didn't have, you know, my full mind and boo-hoo. Like, that's not how it is. So I just don't understand people, you know, that are trying to blame them. If you physically pick up a drink and you drink it and you know you're a lightweight or you get drunk, I'm not saying anyone can come, you know, start a fight with you or rape you, but if you consensually do stuff, you know, and then, you know, whether it's just take off your shirt or kiss someone or, you know, have fucking deep anal sex with 20 people, no matter what you do, you know, just, like, take some fucking responsibility, you know, for your actions. And I feel like no one does that anymore, you know. It's way easier to be a victim than take responsibility or make your own choices. So yeah, I mean, the world is full of shit. And every day gets worse and worse. And I just have no words for it. It's none of it. And yeah, I guess Trent Reznor did make a new statement also, and was saying how he just didn't approve, and he was offended by, Marilyn Manson. And Chris Motionless said how he was offended, by Marilyn Manson, no longer stood for him, and all this bullshit, and he stands with the women, like, virtue signal. It just pisses me off when people that you think, you could look up to, just, like, are so easy to throw people under the bus or be that shit that you hate and, try to fight against and rebel against. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like how could you be like that? The whole believe women thing is stupid. Like, when, like, a lot of men are abused by women too, or, whatever. Like, just, why can't you believe the good in people and just condemn them and destroy their life after shit's been proven? Because, like, look what happened to Johnny Depp. Like, perfect example. Very close related example. Why does the world suck so much? Leave a comment. Let me know. Is it radiation? Is it global warming? Is everyone just so, like, into technology and computerized, and, like, nothing's really worth fighting for? There's no real danger or drama nowadays, that people just have to make up problems? Because I really think that's all it is. People are just fucking making up problems to feel special.